If you're a first home buyer in Sydney, this is what you need to be making and exactly how much you need in savings in order to buy this property here as your first home. So I've got two scenarios for you. The first is the 5% deposit scenario, and the second is a family guarantor loan scenario. So for the 5% deposit scheme, you're putting down a deposit of $64,000. Your stamp duty is $52,763. Now just know, even though you are a first home buyer, you are paying the full rate of stamp duty because the threshold for stamp duty concessions caps out at $1 million in New South Wales. Now, purchasing costs like legal fees and building and pest inspection, I'm budgeting $3,000. So your total funds required under the 5% deposit scheme scenario is $119,763. Now, this is where it gets interesting. For the family guarantor loan scenario, you do have the potential to borrow 100% of the purchase price plus those purchasing costs that I just stated. So your deposit can be borrowed, zero. Stamp duty is exactly the same, but you actually can borrow that onto the loan, and same as the purchasing cost. So potentially you can put down $0 towards this purchase. Now, while you have the option to borrow everything, you also have the option to tip in some savings in order to reduce that loan amount as well. Speaking of loan amounts, this is exactly what your mortgage repayments would be for both scenarios. So for the 5% deposit scheme, your loan amount is 1.217 mil, your interest rate of 5.65%, that's a P&I rate. Monthly repayments of $7,226. That is weekly repayments of $1,668. For the family guarantor loan scenario, I'm assuming you're borrowing 100% of the purchase price plus the purchasing costs. So this is kind of a worst case scenario, but like I said before, you do have the option to put in some savings in order to reduce this loan amount. So in this scenario, the loan amount is 1.336 mil. You're receiving the exact same interest rate as if you did put down 20%, so 5.65%, and monthly repayments are $7,926, which is weekly repayments of $1,829. Now, this is what you need to be making in order to service that kind of loan. So I'm using the 5% deposit scheme as a scenario, and I'm assuming that both borrowers have no debts to the name, including HECS, and we're using the benchmark living expenses. So a couple with no children, you'd need to be making $114,000 each. A couple with one child, $118,000 each, and two children, $121,000 each. Now, this is just an absolute minimum, and just because you can borrow that amount, it doesn't mean it's a good idea. At the end of the day, it comes down to your personal goals and objectives and whether that kind of monthly repayment actually fits into your budget and doesn't impact your lifestyle.